you don't know Chunks, he is a YouTuber, influencer, personality.
Babe, all around babe.
He's definitely, like, I don't know if you guys watch, like, Sidemen on YouTube. Like, that's, like, the most laddie thing that I do is, like, I watch Sidemen on YouTube, like, all the time. But, like, they did this video, they do this thing that it's, like, Tinder.
Oh, yeah. He got, like, all of them.
Yeah, Chunks, he got all 10 of them. Like, I was like, how, like...
Just bare charming, very charismatic, like... I actually love him. Like, when I say I love him, I love him.
Oh, well, if he's looking to settle down,
No, not like that. But I do love him though. Like, I just think he's so great. I think he's just good vibes. You know, them people that are literally just good vibes through and through. I'm talking like I know the guy personally, but like I watch pretty much everything he does. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a massive fan.
But yeah, he was also a musician as well. Yeah. He's done a bit of music, and he can sing. Like,
he's got a really good voice. Yeah,
he's good at it. Like, I think even his like YouTube intro is like him singing, like or something. But he released a video yesterday, and he's basically confirming that he is quitting music for good. Now I've got a little clip from it, so I'm just gonna play you guys that now.
It just hit me, bro. Like, randomly, one day I was just like, you know what, I don't feel right about doing this. Obviously, getting closer with the religion, praying now for the last 2 years, alhamdulillah, non-stop. So it's just a thing where I was like, you know what, I feel bad every time I even associate with music and releasing it and stuff. So I think it was just that time. And obviously, music kind of like decreases your iman or your faith for people that don't know. I don't think they can go hand in hand. Obviously, God's put me in the position I'm today. I'm doing so well, alhamdulillah. I thank God every day. But it's a thing where I'm going to now kind of like spit it back metaphorically, of course, in his face and just like now say, yeah, I'm going to do music. It's like, he blessed man with the position I'm in already. And obviously, income I'm bringing in is halal, thankfully. So it's a thing where why would I now want to add more pasta to man's life? Why would I want to add some crazy little, do you know what I mean? Because obviously it's haram. It's forbidden for people that don't know what haram means. So it's like, it's against my belief, against my religion, so I kind of have to stop it for the sake of God.
Yeah, so for those of you that weren't aware before, Chunks is Muslim. So he has been doing music for a while, like the past few years, but he's basically saying now that he's had a bit more time to reflect and be like grateful for what he has, considering the fact that music is haram in the Islamic faith. He's like, well, why would I do that when, like, literally, like, and the thing is, well, he got offered a 7-figure record deal, and he was like, no, I'm not going to do that. So, coming, Halima, to you first, obviously, as a Muslim, what's your thoughts on this whole, like, music situation?
Let me say, first and foremost, mashallah, like, this guy, I want to be him. I want my iman to be that strong as a Muslim. Like, can we understand? Okay, so listen, as Muslims, we believe that obviously this world, the dunya, this world is a test, and like God is testing us, and that as Muslims, we have to remain God conscious at all time, and there needs to be a level of detachment from worldly good and worldly temptation. It's even more difficult when somebody is financially successful. You have a literal 7-figure record deal in front of you, and to be God consciousness to the point where you are turning that down, it's so impressive. It's so inspirational as a Muslim. Like, I look at that and I think, bro, I want to be like you. I want to feel what you feel. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want my faith to be as steadfast as yours is, where I know that I can turn down a once in a lifetime opportunity for the sake of Allah. Like, that is amazing.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like commendable. Like, again, even if you're not Muslim or even if you're not religious in any sense, you can't deny
that
like,
discipline. The discipline and the conviction it takes to do something like that. That in itself is whatever it is. That extent of discipline and conviction is incredible. And again, as Muslims, I look at that and I think, I understand completely where he's coming from. He didn't even need to explain it. I get it completely, because that is what all Muslims strive to be like, you know? And I'm looking at that, and I know for a fact that God will bestow tenfold. God will give back tenfold. What he is giving up, God will give it back to him in abundance, you know? So, you know, good for you, Chunks. Shout out Chunks. Good for you. I think he's sick.
So in terms of I was literally about to say everyday Muslims, but by that I mean Muslims who aren't celebrities or in the public
Yeah.
eye. Um, is it sort of like the same as what we were talking about last week in terms of like judging people for not fasting or not doing Ramadan correctly? Like when it comes to, because obviously I know a lot of Muslims and I know a lot of Muslims that listen to music or even do music, but I also know and respect anyone doing this. Like all the Muslims I know are like, yeah, we put it on pause during Ramadan and afterwards we'll come back, which is like props to them for doing that. But like as a Muslim yourself, what's your view on this, on the whole situation where music is haram and technically shouldn't be listening to it? Or
Me too. Like I've barely been listening to music during Ramadan as well, because so the whole idea of it is that it's oh my god, my mind has just gone blank now. The whole idea of it is like we what's the word, like inappropriateness, basically. Like, you know, sometimes like music is obviously like there's a lot of like vulgarities and stuff like that. It's not to say that all music is haram, because like we have what we call nasheeds, which is like Islamic music and stuff like that. So I also have been trying to really reduce the amount of music that I listen to. I've been listening to a lot of nasheeds instead. And I think each to their own, innit? Like it's objectively in the fold of Islam, like it's a good thing to do. You know, to give up music, to not listen to music, it is a good thing to do because it is objectively haram. If people do that, if that's what they've chosen for themselves, that's on them, and I can't really comment. But again, like I understand the context in which Chunks would have made that decision, and to look at what he's given up. Like for me as an ordinary Muslim, it's so difficult. Like if someone said to me like you have to give up music, I would struggle so much, you know. So to give it up when there's money at stake to that extent is so like impressive.
Any thoughts, Simran?
I just want to say it's like really commendable what he's doing, because obviously that just shows. I like obviously not as a Muslim I can't talk, but to turn down that amount of money, I just know I would not be strong enough to do something like that, and that just shows what kind of a person he is.
Yeah,
no.
bro.
And also, how much money is going towards people? Like, obviously Chunks is really famous and he is really like, is an internet sensation. Everyone loves him, but you know he's not like Drake. You know.
Yeah.
No, but they
preemptively. How much money is going towards these people?
No, but they preemptively signed them for how big they want to get them, rather than how big they are right now. Yeah. So it's like somebody who has like star potential. They'll sign them for a lot of money.
Yeah.
To basically make a return on that investment.
And they were literally like, apparently, yeah, we'll put half of this in your bank right now. Like,
wow.
Mad. That is. You know what? Honestly, God. Even me, I'm making supplication to God right now. Give that man everything that he wants. Ameen. Give that man everything. Give it back to him tenfold, God.
I think it's really nice as well for Muslims, especially young Muslims, to have that kind of
role model. 100%.
Like again, even if you're not necessarily quitting music for good, or you're taking your own spin on it, sort of thing, like having someone in the limelight like Chunks who is doing that is it's inspiring. I'm saying that as a non-Muslim, it's inspiring to me to see someone doing that, so I can only imagine what it's like to
as a Muslim. You know how you're saying obviously there's a lot of like famous Muslim personalities, famous Muslim musicians and stuff like that, but very few of them, in my experience anyway, speak very openly and transparently about Islam and about their faith. And I think obviously it is some kind of like, because they know there's you know conflict and whatever else. But someone like Chunks, more generally as well, this is not the first time he sat down and he spoke about his faith or he spoke about God. Like if you follow his social media, like he's always talking about faith, he's always talking about God. And again, that's another really kind of like, I like that he's normalizing these discussions, because like we can't deny and hide the fact that in Western society, in the UK, that Islam is a very scary topic for non-Muslim. People who are not Muslim, they are scared of Islam. You know, they don't understand it. They're intimidated by it. They're scared of it. So for someone like Chunks, who has such a large following of non-Muslims, to sit down and normalize these conversations and to talk so openly and so candidly and so respectfully to show the beauty of Islam, you know, the way he talks about it, I really, really just respect that he does that.
Like literally listening to you say that, like as a non-Muslim, if I was like, say,
16 now and had seen Chunks' video,
Yeah.
that would have been so like eye-opening for me. Like obviously it's a case of you can't really expect everything to be handed on you on a plate, and you do need to kind of do stuff yourself. But just thinking about my own like sort of ignorance before, I remember being in sixth form at my school, and as it was a private school, obviously there was an entrance exam to get into it, and it used to be the thing that when you were in lower sixth you had to basically go in and help on the day. And see, I'm like 25% extra time gang, so I gotta go and hang out with all the special needs kids. And so that was fun. But there was one kid who was doing his exam, and he was Muslim, and I was kind of just like, you know, like chatting to them, how just like trying to make them feel like comfortable, that sort of thing. And I was just like to him like, oh, like what type of music are you into? And he was like, oh, I don't listen to music, it's not allowed. And obviously myself, as someone who's studied music, and music was basically my entire life, I remember being at that point like literally like, what? Like I remember being like, what? How is that a thing? Like I'm so shocked. But like if I'd seen something like Chunks before that, like I would have like been so much more conditioned and so much more aware and so much less.
It's just normalizing it. That's what it is. It's normalizing these things. Like, so good for him, man. My guy.
Definitely.